Good afternoon, Facebook. This is Alex Vidal, president of RelatedISG International Realty, and today we are doing something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. Actually, maybe blocking the speaker there, Richard. On your hands, there you go. Something I've wanted to do for a very long time, which is a series where I interview great people like the wonderful Craig Studnicky here and others called Inquiring Minds Want to Know. I get a lot of questions all the time. What does Craig think? What does this person think? What does that person think? And guess what? We're going to start it today. The goal is to do an Inquiring Minds Want to Know episode every week with a prominent real estate player in the South Florida real estate market, not necessarily developer driven, but somebody involved in real estate in one way, shape, or form. That's goal number one. Goal number two is we're going to keep it short and sweet. We know you guys are busy, and the reality is I want to keep it to 3 questions to whomever I'm interviewing and under 5 minutes so you can get on with your day, but get impactful information, short and sweet. So let's just get started and get right to it. I am interviewing today. 3 questions for this gentleman, Craig Studnicky. He is the owner and principal of not only ISG International Sales Group, but also my real estate brokerage in partnership with the Related Group, RelatedISG International Realty. So 5 minutes or less, actually probably 3 minutes, because I probably just killed 2 minutes with that intro.
At least.
So
ask me my favorite color. That's
What's your favorite color, Craig?
Blue.
Okay, that's number one. Like your eyes. All right, Craig.
Okay.
So question number one. What excites you most about the real estate market in 2018?
We are now coming to the end of the cycle that began in 2012. I would say that probably somewhere between 85 to 90% of most of the developer inventory that was put on the market back then is sold. The developers are at the point now where they want to pretty much liquidate everything from Coconut Grove straight up to Fort Lauderdale. And the incentives then that the developers are offering buyers are incentives I never even imagined would be on the table a year ago.
So what excites you the most is the opportunity right now that developers are providing to buyers to buy their product.
Yes, they're working. I'm watching it here at Brickell City Center. I've seen it down the street at my other listing, Echo Brickell. I'm watching it up at the W in Fort Lauderdale. They're working.
That's right. And Muse too.
And Muse too. Excuse me. How can I forget?
I talked to Craig yesterday briefly about what was happening when he shared with me what was happening at Brickell City Center, when he shared with me what was happening at Echo Brickell and Muse. I was like, oh my God, because that matches what we're doing as a brokerage, where in May we had our best month in company history ever.
Well, plus it helps that Muse just got their TCO, so now I can bring people into a finished building and they're seeing the finishes of the kitchens and the bathrooms and the layouts, and more particularly that amazing ocean view. And Muse is selling again.
All right, so that's question number one, what excites you. So let's take it to the flip side.
Okay.
What scares you the most about the market in 2018?
Well, these incentives are working, as I just said. What concerns me is when I start doing my own internal forecasting of what's ISG's life, RelatedISG's life, going to be a year from now. A year from now, probably 95+% of all this developer inventory is going to be gone. So we're going to be chasing after just a few cans of peas on the shelf. And by the end of 19, it's pretty much going to be all sold out. And then what do? Because it's going to be probably until the year 2020 before players like Swire and Related and PMG start pre-construction projects again. But it's going to take time to get the pre-sales. It's going to take time for groundbreaking. So what worries me is what are we going to sell 12 to 18 months from now when most of this inventory that we get to sell now is gone.
Right. Well, that excites me from the RelatedISG side because I can sell anything
Yes,
in the
you
state
can.
of Florida.
No. For RelatedISG, you're in the catbird seat. For companies like ISG or Fortune or Cervera or Sotheby's or whatever that spends, and Douglas Elliman that spend time on project sales, it's a bit of a concern because there's now a shortage, a gap of developers wanting to start new inventory, mostly because of that high dollar thing again. But nevertheless, it's real. It concerns me.
Got it. So what excites you also concerns you at the same time.
Two sides of that coin. Yep.
Got it. Last question and we're going to wrap it up. There's probably 2,000 realtors that could potentially watch this video. Okay. What's one piece of advice that you can give to the realtor community?
Oh God, don't miss this opportunity. Don't miss this opportunity. Miami's Miami. Miami is the biggest small city in the world. It has a gigantic reputation. It continues to be attractive to people from all corners of the world. And now, if you want to buy condominiums almost anywhere in Miami and Fort Lauderdale, you've got developers bending over backwards to make your clients great buys and for you big, strong commissions. Don't overthink what's going on here. Trust the force. Jump into the game. Because a year from now, I promise you, we're going to be having a very different conversation about the lack of condos that there are for sale. So go out there, go forth and multiply. Have some fun, make some money, get your clients some great deals, because now's the time you can do it.
You got it. There you go. episode 1 of Inquiring Minds Want to Know in the book. Stay tuned for next week. I have no idea who I'm going to interview because this is the way I roll. I just do things on the fly. So we'll see who we interview next Tuesday. I promise it'll be just as good as today's. Thank you for watching.